Alright, what you see here is a River of Goods Halston ceiling fan. It's a 52-inch fan with a lighted housing and a bowl light. It is obviously stained glass. I bought this off of Home Depot as a gift to give to my aunt. The same aunt I gave the Hunter Oakhurst and Hampton Bay Littleton to. This fan will be installed in her living room, just the way you see it. And I gotta say, at first I always thought that these were really cheap and didn't perform well at all, but my opinion of these fans changed after a friend of mine who actually has one of these installed in their living room. I got to feel the air performance on it, and I was actually impressed at what it did. Now, it's not any Casablanca air movement, obviously, but it's definitely better than most of the fans in the market in terms of performance. Now, is the fan well made? It's pretty much no. It's pretty much a fan for looks, if anything, but it does at least push a decent air for what it is. My experience with it is more so that, how do I say, it's not really Hunter air movement, but it's not like, it is better than some Hampton Bay fans out there. So that's like my rate of it in terms of performance. It's nothing amazing, but it does the job at least. This is the version that has the red stained glass. While it's off, it doesn't look like it has really any redness to it, but that part right here is what's red. They also have these with blue glass and a green glass of sorts. And they do have some other fans from this company. However, this is the one that she liked the most. So I got this one. And yeah, it has mahogany blades on this side, and the reverse side is black, which I'll just turn on just so you can see it a little bit better. I do like that they give the black option, because if somebody doesn't have mahogany furniture, at least they can do the all black look and you can go with almost anything. I'm probably going to show it with the black blades as well, just because I'm curious to see how it looks. There's not really any pictures of these online with black blades. I think it would be cool, like, if they made like a crystal version of it. Like, I know they have like some of them that have like crystal chandelier lights, but if the housing was like that as well. And I gotta say, like, they're pricey, but I mean, if it's for someone that's going to actually use it and enjoy it versus getting it for the collection, and by all means, the price isn't that bad. But since this is not for me, it's for my aunt, I didn't mind paying the price for it. But also, I didn't pay full retail price, which was $223 on Home Depot. I got it with a 40% discount. So, yeah, that was the main reason why I pulled the plug and got it for her. I was going to wait until I found one a bit cheaper, under 200-ish. But then when I applied for the membership credit card at Home Depot, I got it with a discount. So that was a nice treat. So let me go ahead and show the light. First pull does the up light. Second pull does the bottom light. Third pull does all of them. So yeah, as you can see, it's definitely more colorful than it looks when it's off. It has 4 lights in the housing and 2 of them in the bowl light. And I gotta say, this fan really looks nice with the lights on. Another a lighting test. Oops. I finally turned one of them on again. But yeah, it does a decent job lighting up the room. It's not a light that I would recommend using as your main source of light in a room. I definitely would have an extra light for that reason, like another lamp in a room. Just with the up light. bottom light. And then back with both of them. Maybe turn the light back on. But yeah, I'm not sure who makes it. Like, it's some Asian name of sorts. The fan I know is from January of 2022, which is of this year. There's not, the tab's not on that side. There's the tag. The box that it came in was a very basic looking box, nothing special and such. I am glad that the fan could be flush mounted because that was one thing I was worried about. But then when my friend that actually has one of these told me it is flush mountable, that's when I decided this would be the good fan for my aunt. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off on low. I am going to show it with and without the light on, only because I am curious to see how it works while it's running with the lights off. Plus, there's really not that many videos of these out there. And I also do like how they look with the light off too at times. Now, the housing is kind of a pain to swap the lights out of. I wish they did make it an easier method to do so, but it's not the worst. I mean, compared to the Tiffany Carno that I have, it's not as easy, but at the same time, this is a fan that can be flush mounted, so I get why they couldn't use the same method, but I feel like they could have done something similar. At the same time, though, with it being flush mounted, it will be kind of tricky to do that anyways. So a little bit of a fast low speed, I feel, but it's not too bad. It's not like the newer originals, like when they first made them overseas, that had a much faster low speed than this. Well, I do know the more recent ones have a better low speed. I am feeling a bit of a breeze from it on low, in all honesty, from over here. But yeah, the Tiffany lamp that my aunt has in the living room, she really likes that a lot. Before that, there was like some hanger thingy that had like a toy bird cage hung up there. And then before that was that Kodak Meteor that she had in her basement. Now, from what she told me, had a bull light that was like a Western look with like a Cowboys on it. She said the glass is still down there somewhere in the basement. I've never seen it, but I also never looked that deep for it. But it has to be down there somewhere. But yeah, this is going in a place that she used to have one of the other fans on the other back when she had them all installed along with that Coastal Breeze, which I now have. When she got that, she also got a white 100 Studio Series for the piano room, and for the dining room, she had a Sears Lasco turn of century. So at least a fan will be installed and will be going back in one of those spots that used to have a fan. Those other two rooms, she doesn't really plan on putting another fan there. The piano room is the only one that she could consider, like if it was something else nice enough, like this for an example, but this wouldn't be enough lighting for that room anyways, so that wouldn't work. Like something like a Victorian, she would actually kind of consider it, she told me. I have showed her a picture of the Victorian that I have. But yeah, the fan's nice and quiet. It's not making any noise. But yeah. Let me show it with just the uplight on for a bit. Now it did come with a warranty. Obviously, I don't really need it, but like if so, it's like unless like something got broken, like the glass, but like mechanically, if there was anything wrong with it, I'd be able to fix it. Or a friend of mine that has one of these, we fix it as well. He does know how to work on fans better than me in a sense. So the person that I got the Air Master from, the Relight one, and a few other fans. The anonymous eBay seller. Hopefully one of these days he'll let me film the fans he has, but I mean he really isn't a collector, but he just doesn't like to see stuff get thrown away, so he just gets them more so just to save them from getting tossed. Now for medium. Yeah, now that Tiffany lamp that's in her living room, will be reinstalling it somewhere else in the house. At first I suggested her bedroom because she did say that she doesn't have enough light in there sometimes, she says, so I figured, oh, we could put the light there, but I figured instead of doing that, putting it in the hallway if it doesn't hang too low. Because that way I can try to talk her into letting me put a fan in her bedroom with a light as well. If I was to put something in her room, I'd try to put like a 90s Hunter that's like an antique brass or something like that. But what I would try to do is find something that's like a white kit like this to put on it, and that way I'd definitely be able to convince her. And the one thing that would be a bit tricky is finding a light kit like this that has a Tiffany shade that's not too big on the fan. So what I may have to do is like find a 4-arm light kit and put it on that like 100 fan that I'd like to try to find like an antique brass to offer to my aunt for her bedroom. I feel like that would be a bit easier than finding a shade like this that actually fits it. Trying to think if this is actually the first lighted housing fan I've tested down here or not. Not 100% sure, but I definitely need to get around to testing some of the other ones that I got that I have yet to reveal. Like the Jericho too, I still need to fix the capacitor on that one. And that's one that's been on the repair list for a while. I just gotta get around to actually doing it. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a good breeze from it on medium. Like it's actually a pretty good, like strong breeze for a medium speed, to be honest, for a fan of this quality. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move it up to the high speed. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I will test it with the black blades, only because I am trying to actually get this installed at my aunt's house tomorrow before I leave to the Dominican Republic. So by the time you see this video, I'll already be in the Dominican Republic. I do like that it has that little white tape on the motor where it says removed the things that keep those grommet thingies in the motor before attaching the blade arms. I could take it off, but I figured it's a good way to keep. I figure it's a good way for me to keep track of like if the capacitor starts to go out on it at some point. So for that reason, I'm not taking off that white sticker. And it does kind of remind me of like those Litex ceiling fans from like the 90s that would have a sticker like that on it. But just by seeing how fast it goes in this video, and then like in another few years, I can kind of keep track of whether it's still going the same speed as it was before, like when it was new. Yeah, no, it's definitely performing pretty well. Like, I am honestly impressed with it. It's nothing spectacular. It's not like mind blowing, but it doesn't like blow you out of the park. But it's actually, for what it is, I'm actually like impressed with how much it performs in terms of like air movement. I'm not saying that a fan that you'd be that's such great quality that's worth buying, because it is up to you, like if you want to buy it or not. But I think it's a good performer, considering the quality built on it. Like it actually does do a pretty good job with the performance and air movement. I can definitely say this outperforms the Huntington 2 and 3 from last time I remember testing one. I mean, it definitely outperforms it. I definitely could say it outperforms the Coastal Breeze and such. Actually, I don't know. Like, it might be like around the same level of those two fans I just mentioned. It has been a while since I tested two of those. Anyways. The Huntington 2, 3, or the Coastal Breeze. I would say it's pretty close to the air movement of like a Hunter fan, to be honest. Like an average air mover. But like it's a good breeze from it at least. I mean, I can definitely tell you this much. It definitely outperforms the Hunter Oakhurst that I installed for her. So I mean, that's a plus. The only issue is the last time I tested the Coastal Breeze was the one at my grandmother's house in the Dominican Republic. But again, that one, I don't know. I feel like it's about the same as the Coastal Breeze air movement, if not more. That's really the best way to describe it. Yeah, it's definitely a really nice fan. I think it would be cool though if they did more like stained glass fans with like a more modern design, like patterns on the glass and such, and like have it like in a brushed nickel finish. I honestly wonder how well that would sell. It's actually like again like like it definitely outperforms the majority of Hampton Bay fans that are out being sold today, but that's not really saying much. But like it is actually pretty impressive. Like I'm honestly really impressed with how these perform. It's definitely a lot better than I expect. Alright, now to shut off and do spin down. And once it's done doing that, I'll show it in reverse very quickly. And I definitely can say it's not of the same quality as the Hampton Bay Tiffany fan that I got. The glass on that's definitely a lot more solid and heavier. I'm not saying that this isn't of quality, it's just it's not as good of a quality stained glass as the one from the Hampton Bay one. It's a lot more thicker and such. Like it's one that the best way to put it is the glass on that fan is so thick that it can basically, like if you left it on its side or something like that, the glass wouldn't crack or anything like that or break. Whereas on this one, it probably would, where it would bend if anything. All right, let's come to a complete stop. Now to show the component first. From medium. That's just the furnace like getting ready to turn on. So let me try to wrap this up before it actually does turn on. Since it's on reverse, I'm not really bothering cutting this out. I'm waiting for it to shut off because it's just me showing it quickly. But yeah, because of that, when it comes to me testing stuff down here towards the winter time, it does delay how much I can actually get tested down here and at a quicker rate, because that does interrupt the videos quite a bit. Enough reverse high. All right, we go ahead and shut it off. Yeah, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.